Hello, I'm Ivan and I want to help people to get discipline on the process of learning language, and today I'm going to be talking about how to immerse in Japanese as soon as possible. So, a bit about me before starting. I wasted too much time to actually start immersing in Japanese, probably like 1 to 2 months, so you actually probably want to skip that part. And this channel is actually made to improve my English as well. So, all of the videos to improve my English in Japanese. I have like 10 months of studying Japanese right now, and I went and I starting and to start actually studying Japanese. I went through this guide, which is remembering the kanji, and I went to this other guide, which is Taikim, which is a grammar guide. So yeah, that's kind of it. So what I did is just went through all of the RTK book, and then I started with the Taikim grammar guide. So I went through all of the book, which tells you how to remember the kanji, and you make stories of the kanji to actually just remember them. And in this Taikim grammar guide, you actually um, he teaches you in lessons the grammar guide of the Japanese language. So that's actually what he did. Now, the thing that was wrong with this is that I didn't do them both at the same time. So I did like 2 hours of remembering the kanji, and then and then when I finished remembering the kanji, I did like 1 hour a day of tagging. So like I didn't do actually I didn't do them both at the same time. So actually that's why I wasted a lot of time. So what I wish I did is that being more present when doing RTK. That's another thing. So when doing RTK, I actually wasted too much time because I actually did RTK like whilst listening to music. I did RTK like rushing it. I tried to rush RTK, which is something that you shouldn't do. And yeah, like that kind of thing. And the another thing that I didn't do is that I actually didn't do them both at the same time, which actually save could have saved me a lot of time and could save you as well a lot of time. So in the taking grammar guide, you're actually just going to do it with remembering the kanji, because in that way you're actually going to save a lot of time and you're going to remember the kanjis better in the RTK guide. So that's another thing. If you don't use the kanjis that in remembering the kanji, which remembering the kanji is telling you, you are not going to remember them because you are not finding a use for them. So that's actually why you're not going to remember them, right? So that's another thing that you need to have in mind, that if you don't find a use for something, you're going to forget it. Like that's something that is going to happen eventually. So how you're going to do this? That's actually very simple. So you're going to do the tagging grammar guide with an Anki deck. With all of these three, you are going to download all of these three Anki decks here, which I'll put in the description. So the tagging grammar guide, you're going to do it with this deck right here, right? And that's actually for the people that can't read lessons and get like concentrated on the lessons, right? But if you can get concentrated on the lessons, you're actually going to read the grammar guide whilst you use this Anki deck just to remember the just to remember like the things that you are studying on the grammar guide, right? That's actually how I used it. So when doing RTK and the grammar guide, you actually do want to say some vocabulary, so that when you like finish RTK, you actually know some vocabulary and you can start immersing as soon as possible. So that's another thing that you want to do. The last thing that you want to do is that when doing remembering the kanji, to actually remember the kanji and review them after, you want to do an Anki deck, which of course I'll put in the description as well, to actually just remember the story, remember the stroke order, and those kinds of things. So yeah, that's actually what you want to do, and what I wish I did, to actually don't waste like 2 to 1 month of my time and like learn Japanese just faster. So how much time should I spend in all of these things? So if you want to achieve better results than me, then do my same hours but better. So I did like 2 hours with 20 characters a day in RTK. So 20 characters 20 Chinese characters, as you can see here. Then the typing grammar guide, you're going to do it for 30 minutes a day, coupled with RTK. Don't do them at the same time. Like, don't do them separated, please. And then 5 words a day in the core 2K deck. So that's actually what you want to do. You want to do all of this coupled with an Anki deck. So for the typing guide, you can do it for like 15 minutes. You can do like 15 minutes of the guide and then 15 minutes of the Anki deck, or you can do 30 minutes of the guide in itself and then 30 minutes on the Anki deck. And then yeah, I mean you can do actually whatever, but just to achieve a better result than me, this is actually how much time you should be spending to at least start immersing in Japanese in like 3 to 4 months, and like don't waste 1 to 2 months. So I started immersing in Japanese probably in like four 4 to 5 months, and you can actually start immersing in Japanese if you do this just so much more uh, faster, which is like in 3 months, or even in 2 months if you do more than 2 hours a day in the yeah, if you do more than 2 hours a day in the RTK. So the last thing that I want to tell you is just that when doing the typing grammar guide, right? When you want to do what you want to do in this grammar guide is that when you finish the essential grammar, you're going to have these three guides here, right? These three lessons here, which is the basic grammar. You're going to have the essential grammar, the special grammar, and if you want, the advanced topics. So that's actually what you want to study. So what you will do is that when you finish the essential grammar, you're going to start immersing, like watching anything that you want. Probably the thing that you want to learn is that the thing that you want to do is that when you finish this essential grammar, you literally just finish this lesson right here. When you finish that lesson, you want to start immersing in whatever anime that you are interested in. What is probably best is that you watch an anime that you have already watched, so it's actually not complicated to start immersing. And then yeah, I mean that's kind of it, and I hope that this video was actually helpful to you. Thank you.